Hello everyone, myself Dr. Love K. Kataria and I welcome you all. Today we are going to discuss point number stomach 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. So in the last video we have seen that points from stomach 13 to stomach 18 they all lie on the chest, and these points particularly lie on the abdomen below the rib cage. So they can be located easily. So let's have a look at the diagram and let's see how they are located. So in order to locate stomach 19, you should know where is CV14. Okay, so CV14 is 6 chun above, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 chun above the navel in the midline, and from that point you have to go 2 chun laterally. Okay, so that there will be stomach 19 point. Then you come 1 chun below, it will be 20, then 1 chun below 21, 22, 23, 24, and at the level of the navel laterally 2 chun it will be stomach 25 point. So very easy to locate. Now let's go to the points one by one. So stomach 19 is known as burong in Chinese, which means full ya not contained. Now let's see this diagram, and this point, as it says, it is full. So full means this point lies at the near the esophageal sphincter. So it lies at the junction of esophagus and the stomach. So as the name indicates that it is indicated for the conditions related to the fullness in the stomach. So clearly it's saying that the stomach is full, and especially for the indications like the person cannot eat and stomach is not ready to receive the food. So in those conditions, what are the excess patterns? These are chi stagnation, dampness in stomach and retention of food. So, and what would be the symptoms? It could be epigastric pain. So this is the epigastric area. Below the navel is the hypogastrium, and laterally there is a hypochondrium area. So epigastric, it is indicated for epigastric pain, the pain in the center, or the nausea and vomiting, or for the fullness in epigastrium. So rebellious chi is also there. Then we saw in the last video the points from stomach 13 to 18, they were indicated mostly for the rebellious lung chi, and they were also indicated for the rebellious stomach chi. So similarly this point is also having an indication for rebellious lung chi. Why? Because it is located near the diaphragm. So diaphragm goes somewhere here, and because diaphragm helps in respiration, and that is why this point has the indication for rebellious of the lung chi. Now let's quickly move on to the next point, that is stomach 20. Stomach 20 is known as Chang Men, means supporting fullness. So why? Let's understand why it's named, because this point is located below the stomach when it is full. So it is just supporting the fullness. After you eat food, the stomach gets full, and below that, just below the stomach, there is a point, and hence the name according to the location. So the stomach 19 and stomach 20 both have exact similar indications, and both can be used simultaneously. So now we are moving to stomach 21 point. Now stomach 21 point is known as Liangman, meaning the beam door. Now let me tell you, stomach 21 is having the location near to a very important point known as CV12. It's in the middle of the stomach, and so see, the CV12 is used for the deficiency pattern of the stomach problem, and ST21 is used, all these stomach points are used mainly for the excess of the pattern for the stomach disorders. So let's see what are these excess patterns. So it is rebellious chi, chi stagnation, stomach heat and acute pain. So if there is stomach heat, you can also use stomach 44 together with stomach 1. Now stomach 4 is a fire point of the stomach channel, and hence you can use it. So in case of acute pain, you can also use stomach 34 together with stomach 21 to get good results. Now, what could be the indication? So, it could be food accumulation, nausea and vomiting, poor appetite, borborygmus. So, if the pain is in the center of the abdomen, stomach 19 and 20 are indicated. But if the pain is in a bit on the lateral side towards the hypochondrium, then stomach 21 is indicated. Although it can also be used in the pain if it is in the center of the abdomen, but its main indication is towards, if the pain is towards the lateral side of the abdomen. The next point which we are going to discuss is stomach 22, known as Guanmen, meaning pass gate. So which gate it is talking about, let's see. So according to the location, the stomach 22 lies here. So till we reach here, the stomach is about to end, and we are near this pyloric sphincter. This sphincter connects the stomach to the duodenum, which is the part of the small intestine. So it is so this pass gate is this gate. Okay, it's talking about this gate itself, and because it's this point is in the middle of the middle burner and the lower burner. Okay, so hence it has the influence on both the burners, on the indications related to the stomach, which we saw in the earlier points as well, and on the lower abdomen as well. So the main indication of this, the function of this point is it regulates the water passages of the middle burner. So this is in the middle burner. It is able to regulate all the, because it is working like a gate to move the fluids from the stomach to the duodenum. And so if there is any dysfunction of the body fluids in the either in the middle burner or in the lower burner, like leading to some symptoms like edema or dampness, so you can use this point along with CV9 and CV11, which are also again responsible for the maintenance of the metabolism of the body fluids. So, and accordingly you can see the indications as well, the enuresis, edema, borborygmus, constipations. So all of them are involved with some metabolism of, there is some imbalance in the metabolism of body fluids, and hence these symptoms appears. So it's a very important point for the body fluids, for the maintenance of body fluids. So the next point is stomach 23, known as Tai Yi, and it's known as supreme unity, meaning separation of pure and impure. It signifies basically duodenum. So the separation of pure and impure means that intestine, the small intestine especially, has a role of the separation of the good nutrients. It needs to absorb those nutrients and just pass the bad part, the waste, to the large intestine. So that is what separation of pure and impure means, and it happens mainly in in the duodenum. So if the separation of the pure and impure does not happen in a proper way, it can lead to the formation of dampness, and in longer run it can lead to formation of phlegm. So if this phlegm reaches the mind portals and blocks them, this can lead to the psycho-emotional disorders like mania, schizophrenia, agitation, and so on. So why this point is such important point? First of all, the most common reason of the formation of phlegm is from the disharmony in the stomach and spleen. Okay, that is the most common reason. There are other reasons as well, but this one is the most common. The other reason why it's such an important point in psycho-emotional disorders, because stomach point transform phlegm, especially stomach 40. The other is the internal connection. There is an internal connection between the stomach channel, the primary channel, and the divergent channel with the heart. Okay, they are connected. Then the third reason is that there is a meeting of stomach channel with the governing vessel, and stomach channel meets with the governing vessel at GV20 and GV24, and hence it's able to influence the brain, and hence these the psycho-emotional disorders can be treated through the stomach points. The other important symptom is the tongue thirsting. Now this means what is tongue thirsting? Tongue thirsting is basically that the tongue moves out repeatedly from the mouth, like what the snake does. So that is what tongue thirsting is, and you will see in the severe cases of the psycho-emotional disorders. So why it is able to influence? Because stomach is influencing the heart channel, and if the heart channel influences to the root of the tongue, and hence this can influence. So along with all the stomach symptoms which we saw in the previous points, it can also influence them along with the psycho-emotional disorders. So if some patient is there who is having some psycho-emotional problems along with the disharmony of stomach, or you find something that mainly due to stomach channel involvement is there, the psycho-emotional problems are due to stomach involvement, then this point is very good to use. So the next point is stomach 24, named as Heuermann, and which means slippery flesh gate. Now which gate it is talking about? It's talking about the same gate, that pylorus orifice, and it has a similar function to that of stomach 23, so nothing much in detail. Now moving on to the next point, which is stomach 25, very important point. It is known as heaven's pivot. So let's see why it's known as heaven's pivot. Now let's see the location of it. Now according to a TCM perspective, it's in the, as you can see that this point lies in the middle of the center of the abdomen. So the TCM perspective is the upper is the heaven, the center portion is occupied by the man, and the lower is the earthly. So this point acts as a pivot between the heaven and the earth, and hence the name. Now the most important function of this point is, as it is the front move point of large intestine. So due to this important role, all kinds of intestinal disorders are indicated in this point. Okay, now let's see how intestine and stomach channel are related. See, stomach and spleen are related. Now, according to TCM, spleen helps in the transportation and transformation of the food and the body fluids. So according to the modern medicine, now transformation happens in case of in large intestine itself. So most of the functions which according to the modern medicine happens in the large intestine is occurring in the spleen according to the TCM perspective. So more or less, in a nutshell, you can understand that this point has a very significant role as far as the metabolism of body fluids is concerned, because you can see the indications are like that accordingly. See, the most important is the diarrhea. Okay, so diarrhea, it could be either due to cold damp heat, stomach spleen deficiency, liver spleen deficiency. There may be more reasons further, but these are the most common. Whatever is the reason, if there is diarrhea, the best result will happen if it is due to stomach and spleen deficiency, and you can do some moxa at this point in this case particular. Otherwise, you can also use this point in rest of the causes as well. The other symptoms which you can see is due to are edema, swelling on the face, painful, turbid urination. Now again, if you see closely, all these indications are indicating towards some kind of imbalance in the body fluid. So hence, very important point in if there is some problem related with the imbalance of the body fluids. So the other important point is that as it is located in the center of the abdomen, so it is able to influence above the abdomen, the upper abdomen, as well as the lower abdomen. So all those symptoms which we saw in the earlier points, like those of nausea, vomiting related to stomach, it is able to influence them as well. along with those of intestine. The other important role which it plays is it regulates chi and eliminates stasis from the abdomen itself. So what are the symptoms for that? So if chi gets stagnated, it could lead to distension, it can lead to pain or some kind of intestinal abscess. And in case of menses issue and fibroid, if it is due to the stagnation of chi and blood, this point can also be used in such cases. So the next point is we can also use it in case of mental illness, as we saw earlier in the point stomach 23, that the cause of the mental illness is mainly due to phlegm. Okay, so phlegm, again, stomach channel points are able to transform phlegm, and hence this point also has a role to play. So in problems like anxiety, schizophrenia and mania, if they are occurring due to the stomach and spleen disharmony, this point can also be chosen. Thank you.